I'm back, y'all. I had to go and move something and do something different, and I deleted the video I just started because I saw something that maybe no one else saw, and I wasn't sure, so I deleted that video. So I had to go and move a thing and do something, and so I had to do that and get on back over here real fast. And as you can see, I'm not finished cleaning this desk up. But what I was talking about in the first video was that I had to get ready to start preparing my work for a visit to the attorney's office. I have to go to see my attorney and take the work that I've been waiting so long to get published to the attorney. And it requires me to sit back, look at all of the pieces that I have that's in a a box over here on the side, and then I have to add a new part to my work, and I need to clean my desk, this table off right here. Look, this paint tray still sitting here from the other day, so all this is still like this, and I need to get it arranged and cleaned up and everything. And I thought I'd just make a video so y'all can watch me do that, because that's content. People want to see where your mess at and how you get it together and what you're doing, and look in your house and all these things. People like that because they feel connected with you when you allow these kinds of pieces to come together. So I have my magazines already, and this is my big Christmas junk bag from the thrift store. And so I was cleaning up, and this is all of my paints. I have to put these paints back in here. So, and put that. Don't fall, Joel. Please don't fall. I'm just dropping them in there because I'm trying to hold the phone. Okay, so we have greens over here, and red is here. And we have green. And as you can see, the blacks are laying down, going to bed some kind of way. What is this? Gold? Yes. And this is brown. The brown should be over here. But maybe I moved them over here. I did with the bronze. Okay, so all the gold. These are black. Oh, goodness. This is black. This is brown. It should be back here. This is white. That should be back there. This is gold. It's almost gone, so it needs to be like that, and brown right there. And that's it. So now, ouch. That's what we got here. Okay, now we're going back over here. All right, we got this box of scrapbooking paper. Let me put this in the tripod because now I can't hold this phone and get this. All right, so we organize it and everything. We gotta put this stuff up just for a little bit. Don't know how fast I'm gonna come back to it, because part of me is saying, you know what, get some of these boxes and start making some journal covers so you can make some journals, some junk journals. So I have a lot of things going on in my mind. I have a lot of things going on. This is the book that we gutted, and I'm going to use this for a Christmas book one day. I'm not sure when, but right now I got to put this stuff up. So that's what we're doing, moving this. And then we have these Christmas magazines out. And this one is not one. I just wanted this page. So let me take this off. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's a nice page. I don't know what it is, but that's a nice page though from days gone by. Right, but I wanted this, so I'm gonna slide this into maybe the Oprah book. And then, because Oprah ain't got nothing Christmas really happening in that book. But I'm gonna put these in my bag with the Christmas books. And then this is a regular magazine. We might look through that tonight while we're making a glue page. And then these are going on the side, and that's going on the side. And this I have to slide back into this pocket with this paper that it came from, so it can stay neat and together. And this is all going over on the box on the side. And I'll put this away after a while. Let's see if we can let you look over here now. Okay? See, that's where I'm going. I'm going over there. Somebody said, why you got that black plastic right there? See it? It's on both windows. Okay? It's just a black trash bag. Okay? And it blocks the sun from coming all the way in unless I want the sun to come in. So that's how you make a room darkener when you want to just have sheer curtains or panels at your window. Okay? In case somebody think that it was something different, that's what that purpose is. My first husband's grandmother used to have that kind of thing going on at her house. Granny had black trash bags up at the windows in front of her curtains. Okay, this is all junk journal corner. Okay, you're looking at my balloon. I haven't gotten rid of my birthday balloon yet. My birthday was in October, but my son bought me all these balloons connected, and some of them hanging behind the plastic, some of them busted, and some of them, still on that string like that. But it's just deflating, as you can see, from October. So we got that still. All right, now, somebody wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, so we over here putting this, these books don't belong in this box, but I'm gonna move these over here for a second, because these books I just got from school recently at the book fair before school closed. Okay, all this was at school. And then we just closed the summer program, and they just gave the children, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, five or 600 books that they brought to the program, and the children took some home, and it's probably about maybe 200 books left. And they like, we're going to just pass them out to the teachers to add to their libraries when we come back in August. So they told me, Miss Howard, you can get some books if you want some books. Child, I ain't no room to bring the books home. I got more books than I need right now, and I need to do something with some of the ones I got. So I said, I'll just see when we come back on the 19th. They said, okay, we'll have plenty of them when you get back. All right, so I'm putting this paper away because this is what I'm doing. And y'all watching me clean up, okay? This is what we're doing. We're cleaning up. I got all of these paper pads, and I've been pulling these out for the Christmas journal. So now I'm just putting that back in there and covering up because my cats like to lay on these boxes, okay? We don't want cat hair all in there. Some people got cat allergies, and I'm sensitive to that kind of thing. All right, so now this thing here, I gotta move this box. I got boxes with everything, all things in it. I know somebody said that's Popeyes. Yeah, that's bulletin board paper that we took down that was in good shape, all colors, light pink, orange, turquoise, red, all of it in there. This is good paper. I can put them in my journals. Okay, so now, somebody want to know what this stuff is. I'm letting them know what it is, okay? All right, so we're putting these there. I forgot to put this up. This was one of the teacher's boxes she bought from her house. And she used to have fruit snacks in it, and she passed them out to the children. And she looked at one of the journals I made, and she said she wanted one. How much it's gonna be? And I said, I don't know. It depends. And I said, bring a box you want, if so I can know what size. So she did that, and that's her box. So I'm trying to hold on to that and everything. All right, so I'll put that there. That don't even belong there. It's lumpy. My cat get on there. He will not be happy about that thing. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to move the paper. That's why I just put it right there. Y'all understand what's happening? Do you understand? Okay, I'm not going to put it there. Let me put it up here. I don't want it right here because I'm going to put it in the Christmas bag. Oh, my goodness. Let me get the coloring books first. Oh, my goodness, y'all. It's a lot of stuff to be doing, okay? There's a lot to be doing. I can be doing this stuff or putting it on this video. And I'm putting it on this video because that's the kind of videos I make. Okay, I don't know what nobody else is doing. What they doing is what they doing. This is a Christmas bag. My coloring books come out of there. And I'm going to put this Christmas box in here for my coworker. And then I know where it's at. Because this bag goes down here on this shelf at the bottom. Let's see if we can get it in there. Just like that. And the drying rack for the paper goes right there. And soon and very soon, right, so that's when that's going to get done. Soon and very soon. Right? Soon and very soon. All right, let's get this book. I know this is not my table. I need to put these books somewhere, but I ain't found a home for them right now. They've been sitting here since June. Okay? Maybe May, whenever the book fair was. So, that's where we at with that. Okay, this is my bag for my neighbor, because she give me the magazines in that bag. So when I take it back down the street, I'll be saying, here you go. Here go the bag. And she keeps saying, you don't have to keep bringing me that bag back. I got plenty of bags. And I said, well, I just bring it back. Hi, meatball. How about a roll? Robin was on here with me a few minutes ago. I started a video, and Robin was here and a couple other people, but I had to delete that video. I was on here probably about, I don't know, about 15 minutes ago, and I was only off for about 4 minutes and came right back. So she might come back again. I ain't sure yet. But we're cleaning off the table is what we're doing. This thing is swiveling around. I can't make these things let me be great. I be trying, but they don't. They're arriving. But these things, they just won't let me be great, honey. One day I'm going to have the right setup. It's going to be good, and it won't be moving. It'll be perfect, like these other people's videos, but mine, I got to keep on adjusting it and all this stuff. And it's just, nerve-wracking and everything. But we keep going, we keep going, we keep going. Okay, so we got that in place. And we are back to cleaning up this stuff on this table. Because we have too much going on. Do I have some Clorox wipes over here? I don't. Oh, but I got these disinfectant wipes. They'll do the same thing. The Clorox wipes I put in the bathroom. So, we're getting these with the plastic. Here it is. Okay, we got to wet this. Can't have this like this. Let me get a little spritz of this water. Because this will be a problem if I try to slide it in there and it's not wet. Make them hairs stick out, and then the brush don't do what it's supposed to do. All right, so we got that. All right, stick this in the paint brush spot. And then we're gonna move all this stuff, okay? Because the stuff, okay, all of this needs to go in here. I had to end my video, rather, and I was saying that I had to end my video because I saw something that somebody else might not have seen, but I couldn't take it for granted that it wasn't seen. So I had to end the video, move the thing, and then delete that video and start over. So that's what happened. Because, you know, everybody's not criminal, but there are some criminals in this world. And you got to protect yourself as best you can. So that's what happened. And I had to just say, listen. So I was pausing and I was thinking, and I was like, maybe, you know, they didn't see it. It was just right there, and I don't really know. But I couldn't take it for granted. So wisdom is the principal thing, is what the Bible told me. It's the principal thing. So with all you get some understanding, and I understood that somebody might have saw it, and I should move it. And I should delete the video because it's not that serious that, you know, I would want to take that kind of risk. So we deleted and we started over, and now the thing is not in sight. And we're all right. We just keep moving. We just got to clean up this table. That's what we're doing. Collecting the scraps that we're keeping and getting rid of the trash we're not keeping. Okay? I don't need this piece. And I don't even need this much of this one either. I know somebody be like, why did you keep all that? Well, these things come in handy when you're thinking about making snippet rolls, and when you think, see, I was putting that in trash, then I begin to say, okay, let me get that piece right there. So even if you're not making snippet rolls, but you're making like little clusters and things like that, I'll be getting to that soon. I haven't gotten to, you know, being in the thick of making journals because I just ain't had no time, but it's coming up, as I keep saying. It is coming up. So I just keep saving all of my little pieces and everything like that. And yeah, that's how I do. And I put it right in my scrap bin. Like they be having these videos out here talking about scrap busting and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, you need this stuff. I mean, it's only paper scraps and trash. You put it all in one little bin, and that be the end of it. These my paint paper towels for when I'm painting. Okay, I'm gonna put this one over here with it, and then put this over here on the paint bin. Let's see, put this in here and roll that over here. Okay, and then when you get ready to paint real fast, you got some paint. I got a water bottle over there. You can just pour it in a tray and get started real fast. So I keep that. I don't never know what I'm doing from time to time. When I get on, I just be like, oh, okay, let's do that real fast. And this is that snippet roll that I made that I didn't get around to using. And I don't know if I should put this in there, but I'm going to do it. It's black. And I'm going to put that in there too. And all of it's dropping inside of my bag for my junk journal, Christmas junk journal. Okay? And we're just moving this stuff all around this table. Y'all can't see all of it. I'm sorry. I'm trying, you know, but I can't really move the stuff like I want to. The camera and everything. And just, that's, you know, kind of unfortunate and everything. This is tape. I wonder, do I want to keep, I'm putting it in there with journal. I don't know what to do with it right now. I don't know what to do with it. So we're just putting it right there and put this hymnal right here. And then we'll sweep all of this trash right into this bin right here like this. All right. That's how we're doing that. Okay. Now the whole desk is cleaned off. Everything's all right. Put these two little stickers in there. Take another piece of trash. Let's see what's up here. Okay, now. Okay, now I just have a few things on the other side. What is this? I thought this was in the thing. I cut this in half so that this, I might cut it 3 times so that it can go in that bin. Alright, and then that's that. Put this ink over here. And now we're ready to clean the table. You need a good washing. It needs a good washing, honey. Because it's got all kinds of paper scraps and dust from cutting paper and tearing paper and all that stuff. With this ink all over the place like this. Can y'all see? This is filthy. It's very dirty. From the ink and, my hands and paint and all that stuff. So we're going to clean it right fast with this. We might need 2 of these things. We're not sure yet. But we're going to make a glue page after we clean. This thing needs some cleanser. I need a little shake of some Comet or some Ajax, okay? I'm going to get all this together. Come on, you're making too much noise. Let me take that off for a minute. So I see paper chips all up here and everywhere. All right. This is what we're doing, y'all. Just trying to get the little table straightened out. And then tomorrow, when I start looking at this stuff, I might be looking at it tonight. I don't know. It's kind of early, but by the time I do this glue page, depending on how long that takes and everything, then I might have to wait, okay? How are all of you all doing? 6 people is watching. I'm grateful for 6 people watching. I'm sorry about my arm and everything. I'm just trying to, you see what I'm trying to do. All right, so that's pretty good. It's not the cleanest, but it's all right. And to get us started, okay? All right, now. Okay, so then I'm going to spritz this thing because I ain't going in the kitchen yet. And just make this set here. Just, loosen it up and everything. Put this on here. And let that help it out. Okay, so we all right now. Get one of these. Dry it up a little bit. And then we can get our book. All right? Now, we got our book and we're ready to do something, okay? Okay. Now, it's some kind of, I don't know, glare or something happening. I'm doing the best I can. We almost finished this book. Almost. This came out pretty cool. I didn't understand how to do this like this, but, I think I kind of came together with something. I wasn't real sure how to turn out, but it was all right. All right, so now let's do this one. We only have a few more pages. I don't know how many, but look like 20. I said that the last time. So I guess the last time we had 30. I ain't sure. Maybe it was 28. All right, so we right here with this. And I don't know what's going on with it right now, but let's just try something. Okay? Let's try something. See what we can get. Let's see what we can get. Because, I have a good work, right? Y'all can I just talk for a second, right? So let's just see if we can turn the camera around and everything. Let me see. All right, so when how y'all doing? All right. So when I met with the attorneys online today, right, and they was talking to me and they were saying it was two women. First, I talked to the patent attorney who was a male, and then I talked to the two women who are over the division in their firm for copyright. And listening to them, I was so encouraged, and I felt like I felt so protected just talking to them, right? Because they was saying like, for what it sounds like you've created, right? It sounds so amazing. Like it's useful, and we're gonna get you the proper IP, and um, and then they said that we're going to make sure that if you have maybe 5 different things that you've created, that if you need 5 different sources of protection, we're going to make sure you get all 5 of them. Y'all, do y'all know what I mean? Like, I was feeling like, okay, because when I started this work in 2017. That's when I officially started working on the children's book in 2017. And when I finished it, it was 2019 because it took me 2 years to keep adding parts. Like I know, because like I didn't know. And when I kept adding these parts, I was like, oh, this thing is growing and I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. And so as I was talking to the two ladies today and I was explaining to them, they was like, you've done your research, and in doing your research you understand a lot of things, and that's really good. And then they were saying that um like it, the protections that you get through copyright don't always put you at a place where other people can't try to use your idea in a way that like it's not an infringement is what they can do. Like they can do something because it's the notion of a thing, but they can't do it to the degree of how you've coined it, so to speak. That's what they were saying. And I was like, like I knew what I did was like, I knew it was great. I knew it was great work because I ain't thought of it. Like I told them this brain in here, right? Like I couldn't have thought about this. I know it came from heaven because I couldn't have thought about it. And while it may not be genius, it is smart. Like they talking about the smartphones and smart TVs and smart, devices and all that stuff. It's a smart system, and the women were impressed. In fact, when I talked to the attorney, the patent attorney for the first Zoom meeting, which was about a month ago, he was saying like it seems like it might be a little more complicated than easy. And I was like, it's not though. It's not complicated. It's just it's it's thorough, right? And being thorough, it may seem intimidating because of the way it's formatted, but at the same time, it's like it's smart. Like I don't really know. So I was telling ladies the same thing. I've been sitting in here for all of these years. So 15 to 20 is 5 years, and now we at 25, so that's 10 years, right? 10 years. since I started this. And I was saying, like, I hear what y'all are saying and how y'all are describing, like, the thing that they understand from their side of what can be. And that's why I'm going to meet with them so that they can look at all of my work and then say that, okay, we have this and we have this and we have this, or we have this, and this, or we just have this. So that's what we're going, that's why I'm going to meet with them. And it's like, y'all know and I don't, because I've not known all these years. All I know is what I created, what it does, and how it works. And that's what the patent office asks. What is it and how does it work? So that's what I know. And they was like, yeah, but we know that it can be something they call like a, I don't know what they called it, like a source code or something like that, whatever they called it. It was some type of terminology that kind of sound like it was too it was too deep for me, and I didn't understand what none of it was. But they were very excited about meeting with me so that they can, look at it. They was like, you don't have to meet. You can just take pictures like with your phone and send it. And I'm like, I don't even know if I can do all of that. I'm going to just bring it to you because I think it's going to be better for you to see it in person the way that I thought it would be better for me to hand deliver it to the patent office, because electronic transmission can change and alter, and I didn't want to do that. So that's where I was today. And so all day that meeting was like 3:15 to 4 o'clock. And I just been thinking about it all day. Like I gotta not be on YouTube. I can't be on YouTube for a couple days, right? Especially like, I don't know when the meeting's going to come. It could be the end of August or it could be the 1st of September. I don't know when it's going to be. But she said that she's going to look at her schedule and then she's going to send me out a couple of options. And then I said to her that I'm not closed to weekends because I understand that they may not work on weekends and neither do I. But at the same time, you could be thinking, okay, well, I could probably see her this time, but you know, but like tomorrow I was going to do this, but it was like, I don't really have to do that. And if it was some kind of way. And so I just told him I'm open to weekends. I can come and bring to you on the weekend if that's what you want. And, if it opens up more opportunity for you just to get what you need to get so that y'all can have it and see it and know what your approach is. Like they was like, this is a whole, like copywriting is not just copywriting to text. They said it is a legal IP, right? And they said that lasts for a very long time. Like I know patents, when you get a patent and it's issued and you actually have the whole patent, right? Then it lives 20 years beyond your death. So it's in effect as long as you are alive and you keep your paperwork and your fees and things up to date whenever it's, like paying your taxes, right? And so when you expire, then it still lives 20 years past your death. So I don't know how this thing gonna be, but I'm just saying, y'all, that's why when I get on here, like I take YouTube serious. Like I'm not playing. I'm not over here doing, the leaps and the jumps and all these hoops and things, but I take YouTube serious because it's what I like, and I try to talk to my people and let them know where I am and that I'm here, and I'm showing up, and it's just me. Like I ain't got nothing else. It's just me. We over here doing what we want to do and making sure that we only feed our tribe. If somebody else want to be a part of our tribe, then good. But we not trying to reach everybody in the world. We only want to reach the people that vibe with us, because we just real over here. Like if it hurt, we're gonna say it hurt. If we need to cry, we're gonna be over here crying. If somebody wanna pray, we're gonna pray. If we're gonna read the word, we're gonna read the word. If we gonna play with the glue and the tape and the papers and all that stuff, that's what we're doing over here. Okay? We feel like we get ready to cook or bake or something like that. We're doing that. That's the video we got today. We talking about our cats because we got two of them, and that's what we're doing. And so that I say that, it's just me being me and liking what I do and just sharing that part of me with the world. And that's how I am with my channel and what I try to bring. I'm not over here, trying to be fake and phony. We over here wondering, is we get ready to buy this house? Or God, is we moving, please? Because like I'm so tired of my house being packed up. But I can't rush God. Like 10 years. 10 years I've been waiting to find out what I'm going to do with this work. Like I heard him say one time, you keep talking to me about a book, but you haven't written it. And I went right to the table, took the paper out of the copy paper pack, got the markers and the pencils, and sit down and wrote that book in one day, that night. Okay? But it's been 10 years. That was 2015 when I saw it, and 2017 when I started it. And so it's been 8 years till I'm getting to talking to these patent people and getting ready, not patent, but the patent attorney people. And it's like, it's a process, but I don't know. Somebody want to know about what's the plastic. Why you got that plastic up there? You don't got no curtains? No, we got a whole lot of them, a whole bag of them, a whole box of them. And all that stuff is boxed up in there like that. But we over here. So I'm just letting y'all know, so that's why I be so mad sometimes because I don't have 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers yet. And I don't have 4,000 watch hours. And I be so mad because I feel like I'm so consistent. If I say I'll see y'all tomorrow on a Tuesday night and I don't come Wednesday, I'm still here Thursday. And if I come Thursday, I'll probably make 2 videos. And if I got enough time in the day, sometimes I make 3. I'm consistent and I try to stay up on my content. I write descriptions and, I do these kinds of things, and I might not be editing. Edit what? I ain't got nothing to edit. So, that's where I'm at. And I don't think we need no music while I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I don't have all this terminology for these junk journals. I'm just over here putting this stuff together. Somebody want to buy a journal? That's where we at. That I ain't got nothing else. It's just not that way for me. But I don't even want to learn all of the stuff you got to write all this stuff down, and then you got to remember, well, what you call this again? I don't even know. Y'all, here go this plastic. I don't know what you call it, but I think, they call it acetate. I don't even know. I don't know what it is, or something like that. And that's where I'm at. I don't know, but I just wanted to kind of update y'all with what happened with the video. With the meeting today, and what's going to be happening with the videos, and why y'all ain't going to see me for a minute. Like, I'm going to do my videos, but for a minute, I really got to sit down and I got to focus. Okay, I got to focus, because she can email me tomorrow, or she might email me. It might come tonight and be in the email when I wake up in the morning. Who in the world knows? And she be talking about Monday, and I'll be looking and won't be nothing over there. What says top fans? Something is coming up here saying top fans. I don't know what that is either. So, I got to sit here and I got to focus. That's all I'm saying. Because that work is going to be the money that I need to take care of me and make sure that if something's going on in my life, that my kids will be okay, even though they are adults, and my grandson will be okay. And I want to not figure out, but like, I want to know what God want me to do. I want to buy this old house. It's an old house, but it's a good house, and it's big and it's roomy, and it looked good when I had my house all together, but it's been packed up since 2021. It's been packed up, and then I moved it all out of here. I was so mad today when I was driving to get my grandson. I was so mad when I thought about it, and then I said, girl, don't be mad. And then when we came back from Walmart, And because he's staying here till Tuesday and everything, well, he wanted to stay till Tuesday. He go home Sunday after church, if we go to church Sunday, because I might take him to Hershey Sunday. And then, or he go home Monday. So we went to Walmart to get some things that he like because he can't go to Ocean City. And I just went to the thrift store yesterday and spent money to buy some stuff for him so I can wash it and put it in. Like I bought him a small suitcase, and I bought him some shorts, and they had brand new t-shirts and things like men's white undershirts, white undershirts, regular men undershirts, and they were brand new. And I got him some things so that I can wash it, go to the laundry, wash these things, and pack it in his suitcase. And then I was just going to pick him up and be like, we going somewhere today, and we going to stay at a hotel tonight, and we coming back tomorrow. And then on the ride coming home, I was going to go somewhere else, which was going to be Ocean City, and he would be staying there for 3 days. So that's what that was going to be. But then he have to go to doctor Tuesday, so that's before school, or he'll miss that appointment. So now I said you can't go nowhere until next summer. So meanwhile, we was coming from Walmart, and when we was coming from Walmart, we rode right past that U-Haul again, and I was so mad, right, when I was going. And then he was looking, and he was like, Tanta, and I was like, what? And he was like, remember? And I was like, oh my God, now he brought that back up again, because I was just thinking about how I moved all of my stuff out. My son emptied my whole house from the basement to the second floor back room. And we moved everything out of here except the large furniture. And I paid for storage from November to May for no reason. For no reason. Because these people ain't did a thing. These people ain't did nothing. When I tell y'all they ain't did nothing, I was so mad about this whole thing. And then they gave me a certification, right? They gave to my realtor about how they repaired the roof. They didn't put a new roof on, but they said they repaired it, and they gave us a certification. Why my roof was leaking last month in July? It's August the 1st. So like 2 weeks ago, my roof was leaking. I said, okay, God, though. I told the Lord, God, I don't even know what to say about none of that, because and I know you know, and you will take care of it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I already told the man. He said, okay, let me see some pictures, and I'm gonna see when we can send somebody over to take a look at it. Take a look at what? That's what I wanted to say. Take a look at what? So, but I want to buy this house anyway. I do. I want to buy this house because it's a good house anyway. So I'm going to talk to the bank in September, because I just bought my car in May. So June, July, August, September is 4 months before 6. And I'm going to talk to them in September and see what they say. And if I can buy this leaky old house, I'm going to buy it, because cosmetics are just cosmetics, and you can fix that as you go whenever you get around to it and how you want it and all that stuff. But I'm going to tell them about the experience of what happened and all of that, because banks know how to do something on your behalf. And that's where I'm going to be at. And we're going to see what Jesus say about the whole thing, because I want to be able to take care of myself, and I want to be able to take care of my mother and my brother. I'm going to move them out of their house. My mother is buying her house, probably almost paid for by now. But I want to move them out of their house and put them in a house where ain't no steps at. They don't need no steps. So, I don't know. But what I created it'll be enough money for me to buy a house. I can buy this one and 2 more and still be living. That's where I'm going to be at with that. So, I'm just saying this ain't a break session. We yet not bragging on nothing because we over here going to do what Jesus want to do, and that's it. With whatever we making, because we ain't got no time to be playing around, trying to be rich and flaunting and all that stuff. It's played out. It's for whoever it is for, but it ain't for me. So I'm just trying to, say that I'm gonna not be on this computer, or whatever this is, this phone. See, I'm not gonna be on here and everything because I gotta focus on the work that I gotta focus on, y'all. And then take a minute. You gotta sit down and you gotta get to it and get the thing laid out and put it somewhere in a secure way and make sure that it's just right there. And then you gotta be praying and you gotta focus, because Satan ain't no joke. Satan mean to thwart everything that he can. As soon as he know that you trying to do something, he trying to do something before you. And I'm just like, you gotta pray now real hard, because it's like, it ain't like we ain't praying, but we gotta pray real hard now, because he will try something, and it's like, God. So yeah, y'all, that was the video for tonight. That's what I wanted to talk to y'all about, and just say that I probably won't be on here for a minute. Like, I'm behind 2 Fridays right now, maybe 3, but I know 2 Fridays I'm behind on #1266 challenge for 2025, and I know I'm probably 2 videos behind on #faith-filled collagen. Those are the 2 series I'm in, but my internet is so. Listen, when I turn the computer on, the internet be acting super stupid, okay? And I be so mad because it be just acting like it's on 8% and 12%, and then it's on 23% all day. And the last time I tried to upload a video, it stayed on, I don't know, under like 90, I think it was like 90, I need like 7% more. So it's on 93 for like 6 hours. I was like, oh, I'm unplugging this and I'm going to bed. I don't got time. And that's where I was. And then the next day, I tried it again, and it was like, you can cancel or upload. And I was like, cancel. And then I started that whole process again, and then it started going up back to the 90 something, and then it kind of kicked in, and then it went through. And I was like, I don't got time for that. I don't have time for that. That's why I only be doing live videos, because I don't have time. And the internet, I don't know, I ain't gonna pay for no high speed, no more high speed internet, because I don't even know. When I get some more subscribers and some watch hours, then maybe I'll pay for it. But right now, I ain't got time for that, because those videos, I only get like 13 and 14 views, sometimes 8 and 10. So I still make the videos, and I'm as committed because I love the people. I love my 2 sisters, Angie and Anna, and they let me be in their groups, and I was a nobody. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no big name or whatever, and I don't know if they've got any big names, but some people will let you in their stuff, but they want you to do, and I don't even know. I ain't getting into it. But meanwhile, we over here trying to just be consistent, and we almost got 1,000 videos, because we're gonna make a video over here while I can still remember and I can still talk, and you know what I'm saying, and my focus can be on what I want to do. I'm gonna make a video. That's what I'm doing. And the people be like, oh, you get ready to make a video? I am. I'm making one right now, or something like that, because my few who are faithful, and then the ones who pop in and everything, I'm grateful. I'm grateful, but who knows how much time I have, right? I don't know how much time I have. I'm just trying to have fun and do what I love to do, and I love to make videos and talk and share. And my grandson came over here today, like I told y'all, and then he looking through the same phone I'm talking to y'all, looking at my Google photos and he watching all of the old videos that I used to make on Facebook. Some of them are still on my phone and Google because they used to save all of your stuff and back it up without your permission, right? And he was watching that stuff from when he was in second grade and first grade and kindergarten and all this stuff. And when he was like 5 and 6 years old, and he 13, and he was watching all those videos, and and I was just watching him watch it, and then I was saying I used to be making all kinds of videos on Facebook. Now I make videos on YouTube. I don't even know why. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't even know why. One day I just said, let me go live on Facebook. One time, and my daughter be saying, I remember you used to be saying, I'm not making no live videos. I don't know why they got live on Facebook. And she said, and every time we turn around, you on live. I said, oh. And so now I'm making YouTube videos. That's what I be doing. So now, y'all, I'm going to um, make a glue page. I just wanted to update y'all and everything, tell y'all, where I'm at and what's going on and all that kind of stuff, because somebody do care, somebody want to know. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin. And I'm just, I'm right here. I ain't ready to be leaving y'all and everything. I just want to be, having some money. It's like when you get the money, my son said, Mom, when you make some money, or you come into this money, you still got to make money. You can't just stay home and do nothing. You still got to make money. I said, oh, when I get some money, then I hire somebody and they can make my videos do what it's supposed to be doing. And I'll be right here making these videos right here. And they can go ahead and move them up and add the B-roll and all that, whatever that stuff is. And they can go ahead and do all that. Put the music in it and, chop it up and clip it up and add it up and all this kind of stuff. And you can pay them to do that. So that's where I was. I don't know. So, y'all, I wanted to tell y'all these things because that's where I am, and that's what it has to be and everything. So I said, wow, it's 52 minutes of me talking and cleaning up and all of that. But I wanted to share so that you all know that I have not deserted you all. I just have to sit down and focus. And then this little boy is over here. Excuse me, he over here. And he want to go swimming. He been asking me. I said this a few times in my videos. He been asking me to go swimming, go swimming, go swimming. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be black when y'all see me. Okay? Because we're going to be in the sun some kind of way in the pool. Because he want to go swimming. So that's where we're going, and tomorrow's going to be the first day. So I said, okay, well, don't worry about it because the money you ain't want to spend, really, you ain't got to spend. Look at Bruce Lee. And Chuck Norris. So it's like all you can do is what you can. That's all you can do. And if you can't do it, you got to be okay with the fact that you can't do it. So we're going to focus on the things we can focus on and keep praying about the other things because ain't nothing else you can do until you can do something. What is this? I don't really know what it is, but I'm going to get it. It's time for a grocery run. What's the best way to keep your food budget down? Okay. That's what I thought it was, like a grocery bill. I mean a grocery cart, but it looked kind of fun. So we're going to get that. AARP magazine is what this is. I just want to get on here, clean up my table, and let y'all know where I'm at and where I'm going to be. Okay, that's all. So nobody think that I'm just, going somewhere and not focused. This is Math Square. I want that too, but I don't really know what we can really do right now. I don't know. We're just gonna get it though. Maybe this page will make sense and maybe it won't. But we're gonna get what we're getting. And then we're gonna try to put something down and come together with it. Okay? If we use it all, that'll be great. And if we don't, it'll be okay still. We'll just use it somewhere else another time. That's what we're going to do. All right? Because we late with getting started. Because, we've been talking and trying to let y'all know something. Then I've been thinking about 2 children's books I want to write. And I couldn't bring myself to it. And it's like, I'm having an internal battle because it's like, girl, do you want to make the money or you just want to play on YouTube? And it's like, for me, this is not playing. Like, I'm not playing. I'm over here working. But some of these YouTube people who doing big things, or they have a side business some kind of way, and they are, is this a Tasmania? Because they the ugliest creatures I've ever seen. Them and the hyena. I think this is Tasmania. Golly. All right. Some of these people have a side business, right? And not a side hustle, but they got a side business some kind of way. And they are, I like this dog. I like the position that he's in. So I'm going to get it. They are using YouTube as like, what you call, like a, what you call it, like, not a search engine, but more like a place to do a commercial. That's their marketing platform. And so because they know how to do whatever it is that their business is about, then they come and they teach different things, to those of us who want to know. Others are just consuming the content and making comments. But at the same time, these people have something, and that's what they do. Where me, I don't have that kind of thing where I can get on here and teach something or even consume or absorb the thing some kind of way where I can use it offhand. I just don't. I don't really know. And then I had to stop beating myself up like I'm supposed to. But the people want you to think that if you are not doing YouTube to earn money because it's the easiest way to do it, then you're doing YouTube wrong. And I'm like, I don't know that that's true because I follow somebody who recently kind of lost it all. They just became like monetized in a way where they was making big bucks, and all of a sudden they began to do big things like buy vehicles and move out and get a bigger house and all this kind of stuff. And recently they kind of lost all of the things, right? They still got their car or whatever, but they had to move and all this kind of stuff was going on in their life. And I know that some people, mismanage their funds. And then not only that as a truth, but sometimes people can think that what they are making is going to always be that way, you know, and you over is an oversight, you know. And so what I be looking at also is that people be doing things, and when they get to a certain place and everything like that financially, they have to do all these other things to keep that certain place. Like, and it's a lot. Then you see them doing all this stuff and talking about all these different things because they have to. Because they like, oh, I can make this kind of money, and so I got to do this. And then take it like, because another person I used to follow, they said that they became burned out. They was like, I was just burned out, and I had to just stop, and I stopped for a minute. Like, I just took a whole year off because it was just too much. And I guess it was because that person was doing a whole lot of stuff from YouTube and Instagram, and you know, trying to do the reels and trying to keep the videos, and then they had blogs and all this stuff. And I was like, see, and that's the true scripture being worked out in their flesh. The Bible said, to whom much is given, much is required. So if you out here doing it and you get to that thing like that, to whom much is given, much is required. So you got to be ready to, you know what I'm saying, do all of the things that they're asking you for. You have to be ready. You can't even, you know, make a decision for yourself. You gotta make yourself go with their decision. Because they be telling you about all this great money that you can make on YouTube. But they don't tell you that it costs you something. And that be what we don't want to do. We won't be wanting to pay the cost. And then you get out there and you try to, okay, maybe it'll, all right, Barack, I was trying to save you or something like that, but I ain't sure if we're going to get to save you, but we're going to try. Well, we're going to come over here and try to save the little pig anyway, because that's what I want. You know, I don't know if I feel like it, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I don't feel like it. When you get some money, you can pay some people to do some stuff. And when you make a little video, they know how to edit it and make it move and do something else and all that kind of stuff. Just an old one. Paper is all yellow and everything. So I'm just keep holding on. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just keep holding on because child, it's a lot. It's a lot. Trying to get there is a lot. And I don't know. I don't even know. But I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. And I know it takes money, and maybe I'll never get to be a YouTuber, you know, where I'm making that kind of money. Because YouTube, they want something from you too. They're not just giving out money, they want something from you too. And they want it the way they want it. At one point, they used to tell me in these videos that I was watching, oh, you gotta have TubeBuddy, and you gotta, you know, do all of these things to understand how it works and all. I was like, I can't do none of that. And people say, when you say you can't, then you can't. And it's not like, you know, that's the truth. It's not. That's not the truth all the time. Some people can do some things and some people can't. And that's just period. You know? It's just like with school, they have these tests that they do to find out whether a student has an inability or a disability. And some people have a disability and some people have an inability. And that's just what that is. And you gotta be all right with what you have. That's what you gotta do. And I be listening to these people and I be saying, Joanne, you should start some kind of channel, you know, and tell somebody something, because these people get on somebody's nerves talking about all of the stuff they talking about this money and making money and how you should be having this money and how the Bible, you know, spells out that, you know, that money is there and people can be rich and, you know, and I'm saying if everybody was an entrepreneur and running their own business, where would the people be who in the grocery store serving us when we buy the groceries? They got a business. They ain't got time to be in there ringing us up. Where the people going to be that, you know, have to be putting the gas in the ground so we can fill up our cars? They running the business. They ain't got time to drive the gas to the gas station so they can fill up the tanks under the ground. What about the convenience stores? What about, you know, make it make sense. Like, shut up. That's where we want to be sometimes. Because God didn't call everybody to be rich. People can't even handle their paycheck. How they gonna handle riches? I'm just saying that it ain't for everybody. So I had to, you know, just let the thing be what it is. I want this. But I don't know if it will make sense in my page, but I want that. You know, these people be, I don't know. I be trying to tell myself don't watch it, but I watch it. I watch that kind of stuff so that I can learn what I need to learn. Because when you don't have a lot of money, and when you don't have a lot of money, you don't have to really worry about it. But when you are coming into money, you need to know how to respect the money, right? And you need to know what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to do it. And some of these people out here have this understanding, because the Bible said the safety in a multitude of counselors. So some of these people have something because they've learned something, they've studied something, they've mastered something, and you can be like Ruth and glean, right? My pastor would say, eat the meat and throw the bones away. So that's the kind of thing we're looking at when it comes to that. Eat the meat and throw the bones away. So that's where I be trying to be at with watching the videos that I be watching, because I don't know. Like I told the attorney women today, like, I hear what y'all saying and I understand what I understand of it, but y'all know and I don't. Okay? But we ain't over here, you know what I'm saying, not knowing something, because I'm watching these people and learning something. And then I'm praying, like, God, I don't even know what to do. So, you know, it takes years of getting ready so that you can be ready. And when you are ready, then you got to stay ready. That's what that is. Oh, that looks delicious. We're going to get that and put that on our page. So that's where I'm at. And you know, while I have to do the things that I have to do, like I need to push pause so I can get ready, I don't want to stop making videos. Like, I don't want to stop making videos. I don't care if I'm going to have the money and be a millionaire or be rich. Oh, that's good, just like that. I still want to make videos, because it's like I wake up. This is the thing I think about when I wake up. I want to wake up and say my prayers and read my devotionals and get myself up and get dressed and come and sweep around my cat box and clean this cat box up and feed the cats and eat me some breakfast and come sit at this table, honey. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I don't even know what it's all about, but that's, you know what I'm saying. My beautiful tells it with style. My black. That's what I want to do. I wish I could do videos better, but I don't know. I don't want to change who I am. We're not about to do phony. There's enough phony out here, and I ain't get ready to do phony. I'm gonna just do me and keep going, because phony won't work. You know, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Some people, you know, my baby might be upstairs asleep. I don't hear his phone or nothing. He might be up there asleep. Because he done came over here. He'd be over in his mother house and he'd be up all night. 3 o'clock in the morning and all that. He might be upstairs asleep. I don't know what this is, but this look like we should use this page. I ain't sure. I kind of like this page. I don't know if it's going to do anything. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to just leave it. I'm just saying. I don't know, y'all. Sometimes I'm lost for words and I can't even describe the thing that I want to, really say, because I just have so many different thoughts sometimes. And how I feel. Look at Jakes and Sarita Ann. Y'all better go ahead and be married. That's her husband. She's not playing about that. Alright. Boy, why you got all that on your body like that? You're not focused. Dr. King. Alright, we can't cut nothing else out of here. I knew this was a magazine that has something good in it because it's old. Alright, let's see what else we can get. Y'all know I'll be gluing my stuff down, but lately I've just been kind of like, just get this stuff and put it to, the side and see what we're going to do and how we're going to do it first. Because I don't know. And then sometimes I still put something down. Just say, just put it down and just start. We don't know where we're going with it. We don't know. But, man. I be having so many thoughts. It's like, I don't know what to say. Passionate, inspired, original. I don't be knowing what to say. I be feeling like if I knew what I wanted to know, I'd be dangerous. That's how I be feeling. Hi, Papa. Every time I see her, I call her Papa. Did anybody see the video? I'd say video. Anybody see the movie? What's the name of it? Let me think of it. It's a great movie. I can't even call her name right now. Let me see her again. Papa. It's called The Shack. That's what it's called. That's not talking about it, but man, that was a good movie. Jesus. I'm talking about they on my top, like Passion of the Christ in The Shack. Oh my God. Okay. Man. I don't know which one you want to watch first, but The Passion of Christ and The Shack. My God. Yeah, I know just like I'm flipping pages and y'all just hanging out with me and everything. It's just like, I just love y'all. I love my people. I do. Because I don't be knowing what I'm going to do. I don't be knowing and I be wanting to know, but I just be trying. I just keep trying. That's all I do. I just keep trying. Just be yourself and just keep trying. It's okay. The people who want to be here will be here. And if it just be my same people until I ain't making videos no more, I'm going to be cool with that. That's where I'm at. Because I'm getting this. Because I'm somewhere in life. And I feel like I don't know what's going to happen today or tomorrow. I don't know. And I want to do what I can do while I can do it because I don't know. And I got challenges that are real and health concerns that are part of those challenges. And I'm on a mission to keep fighting for life every day because I don't know what's going on. And only God knows what's going on. And I'm just like, girl, just keep fighting. Just keep fighting. Because God knows and He's the one who controls all of the things, not you. You don't control it. So I just keep trying to, I don't know, keep going. Keep trying to keep going. Man, that's a nice piece too. I like that too. Let me get that. I don't even know what to do with that right now, but it just, like, what's your number? This just looks so cool right here. I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I'm going to cut it out. I should get the whole brown, because the brown, don't cut that. But I need it. All right, let me see. All right. I need this brown. I think it looks nice. I think this is going to be my starting piece. But I do have to cut this piece out right here that look like a hole puncher. Yeah. I think my baby gone to sleep. He was watching his phone and he had it turned up and it was loud. And I said, boy, didn't I tell you I could hear that phone down here? And he said, I'm sorry. And he turned it down. And I haven't heard it since I started my video an hour ago. But he ain't moving around or doing nothing. He ain't playing with the blocks. So he might be asleep. He's, at home he can just be up and on the phone gaming while his TV is running. He got the TV on playing YouTube on the TV while he gaming or something like that on his phone. But he can't do none of that in my house. Boy, you don't need all that. You got too much going on. Got too much going on. You coming over here, you can get no TV. So you better think about, do you want to come over here? You're like, okay, I want to come. I'm like, okay. Don't be asking me, can you go home tonight or tomorrow? Because you ain't going home till Sunday. Okay. So, now I don't hear them at all. This is a word right here, say out loud. Let's tear this. don't know. I don't know what it's all about. I don't know what it's all about. I'm gonna keep this gray paper. All right, let's get this. All right, let's put this one down and let's see what we got here. Because we got a little bit of something. We got a little bit of something. All right, let's see. All right, let's put this one right here. I'm supposed to be using my this thing. Oh, I ain't even washed all this glue off of here yet. It's hard. I had to set it in a cup of water so it can get cleaned off. But I got finished using these out. Because I got this glue right here. Okay? And put this over here. I went to see my neighbors. I was driving through my old block that I moved. I moved out of there July of 2011. I moved out of that house. And I was driving through that block today while I was going to get my grandson. They don't live too far from it. And that's where my daughter had her baby at when I was living in that house. And I saw my neighbors that lived, they didn't lived, they still live there, 2 doors to my left. They still have the same car. And I was like, oh, they still here. They got the same car still. And their front door was open. I could see that their door was open. And I said, I'm going to stop and say hi. And so I got out the car and I went to their door and knocked on the screen door. And the husband came to the door and he said, hello, how you doing? And I said, I'm good. How are you? And he said, I know you. I said, you do know me. He said, hey, how you doing? I was like, I'm good. Then he called his wife to the door. And he said, you remember her? And she said, I remember her. And they remembered me and they gave me hugs and we was talking for a few minutes. And they was like, man, I'm so glad to see you. And the husband said, you made my day. And the wife was so happy. And then she came from behind him and she came on the porch and she gave me a hug. And her son, when I lived there. And so he was a baby when we moved out of there. He was still like maybe 7 or 8 months. Maybe, no, he wasn't. He probably was about 6 months. Yeah, 6. Maybe 5.5, 6 months old when we moved. Because we moved from there, we went to, no, we moved from there and we went to that house and we stayed there for about 3 months. We moved in July. Nope, we moved there out of there in July. We moved the end of August. Then we moved around that other corner. And so, yeah, the baby probably was about maybe 3 months when we moved out. And that's how long ago it's been since I saw them. And he's 13. And he's 13. So it's been 13 years. And I talked to them for maybe about 5-10 minutes. And then I asked them about our neighbor that lived right next door. I was like, how's she doing? Is she still there? And they said, yeah, she's still over there. And I said, oh, I'm going to knock on her door. And I went and knocked on her door, and her great-grandson answered the door. And he probably about 19, maybe a little older, I don't know. And he said, Grandma, it's for you. And I heard her in the back saying, it's for me. And she came to the door. And when she came to the door, I said, hi, Miss Guy. And she said, hey, girl, I know who you are. I was so happy. I was like, oh, my goodness. I was like, oh my goodness, you know me? And she said, yeah, I know you, girl. You used to live next door. She's like, how you doing? And she was laughing. And and we was talking. And we talked for about, I probably talked to her about almost 15 minutes. Because, man, I used to love me some her. I love my other neighbors too. I did. And but they had company when I knocked on their door, so I didn't keep them because I heard them talking to, whoever was in their house when I knocked on the door. So I didn't keep them long. But I told them that when I stop by again and come through the block, I'll stop and knock on their door. And they said, please do. But I was talking to the neighbor over that lived right next door to the house I was renting. And she said, you want to come in? And I said, no, I don't want to come in because I'm about to go get my grandson now, get this little boy. And she was like, okay. And she said, how he doing? How's your daughter doing? And I was telling her. And then she said, I'm 93 years old. I said, what? I said, are you really? And she said, yes. And I'm trying to live to see 94. I said, you will live to see 94. And she was just as spunky and bright and happy and still herself. And I said, I was knocking on your door and looking at your sign talking about knock hard. And I said, let me knock hard because she might be gone to the store. and she said, I just came in the back door. And I said, I was knocking on that door thinking you probably wasn't in here. She said, we ain't been but a few minutes in. I just came from shopping. I said, oh, you still buying chicken and potatoes and cabbage? She said, yup. I said, okay. It was wonderful. I was so glad to see them. It was such a blessing. I was thinking about that. I was like, wow. And then yesterday I was out when I left work. I'd be dropping some of my coworkers off sometimes, and these three ladies are Filipino, and I was dropping two of them off, and then one wanted to go to the thrift store where I go to the thrift store at. So I took her to the thrift store, and we hung out in there for about 2 hours or something. And then she was like, let's go get something to eat, my treat. And I was like, okay. So we went to a restaurant. We sat down and we ate. But when we was at the thrift store, I knew some people in there, obviously, because I shopped there a lot. Then when I got to the restaurant, some of them restaurant people knew me too, like two of them. And the one I talk to pretty often. And so she be giving me hugs and all that kind of stuff. And she's Asian. And she was saying, hey, because she called me mommy, and I'll call her mommy too. So I said, hey, mommy. And she said, hi. So we were talking, and so one of my coworkers who went with me, who I took to that thrift store with me, she was like, we call each other Chica, and so she was like, Chica, and I was like, yes. And she was like, everywhere you go, you have friends. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's a good thing, right? I said, because the Bible said, if you want a friend, you got to show yourself friendly. And she was laughing, and she was like, right. And I was just like, man, that was so cool. And I was just thinking about that when I was thinking about how she said that to me yesterday when I stopped at my old block today and I saw my elderly neighbors. I was like, wow. So they're probably the couple is probably in their late 70s. They're probably in their late 70s, and Miss Guy said she's 93. I was like, wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. I didn't know she was that old when I probably knew her age, but I forgot. And then I told her, Miss Guy, I'm 57. She said, what? I said, I am. She said, you getting old. I said, I know. I said, I know. I'm getting old. It was nice, though. I was glad to see them. So I was just thinking about that while I'm putting this page together, and that came up in my thoughts. So I guess I was supposed to share that with y'all and everything. That was a blessing. That was a blessing, a blessing, a blessing. Hello, Pootie Cat. My grandson really must be asleep because the little cat is downstairs. Because he been hiding since the boy got here. Because he's scared of everybody. He not no joke. He like, okay, who is that and what they want? He don't like no people around. That little boy be trying to get him because when he was a baby, when we first got him, my grandson used to always be picking him up and putting him in his shirt and sitting on the couch with his phone, watching his phone with the cat in his inside of his shirt, because it was such a little teeny kitten. But he big now. He getting big. He 2 years old now. All right, so let's see where we're gonna put this drink at. We're gonna put. Let's see. We might need something else. I ain't sure. Maybe we put the cart right here. I don't know where to put the cart, y'all. I don't know. I was just thinking about I want to use this. I didn't put all this stuff on here. I don't even know where I'm putting it at. Let me see. Can y'all see all the page? Y'all can't see all the page. Got had the magazines up here too. Tyann, what you doing? What you doing? Y'all, I'm sorry. All of a sudden, I just started hearing something. I was like, well, wait a minute. Let me get up and go in the kitchen. It sounded like, I don't know, it sounded like somebody was opening some chips. Ain't no chips upstairs. I don't know what the boy doing. So what are you doing? He not focused. Honey, I don't know. He might be moving that bag. That might be what it is. He done took all of those, I got all of his mega blocks. You know, building blocks. They look like this. And they got a block at the bottom. And got these and they all stacked together and all that. I got all of them from when he was, I don't know, 1 year old. Probably was like 6 months. I got all of them. My daughter said, I'm throwing these blocks in the trash. I'm sick of these blocks. He got these blocks all over the living room. I said, girl, don't throw them blocks away. You know how long it took us to find all them blocks? She like, I'm keeping them. And I said, okay, we'll keep them. Next year, she said, these blocks going to the dumpster today. I said, let me come and get them. I'm getting on the bus. I'm coming to get them because you're not focused. Right. Then when it was moving all that stuff out this house some kind of way for them people to work on whatever they were supposed to be working on, we got to the thrift store to be donating the things that we didn't want to throw away. We just put that in the box and give it to the thrift store. And my son was like, getting the blocks. I said, you're not giving them that? He's like, Mom, what are you keeping that for? Tyann is 12 years old. I said, they mine. Right, and I got all of them upstairs. What you going to do with them? I said, they mine. Right. And he been telling me for a little minute, my grandson, I'm coming to your house, Tanta, because I want to play with my blocks. And he came right in here, changed his clothes, put on his pajama stuff, and said, I'm going upstairs and play with the blocks. I said, okay, let me vacuum my floor then, because he allergic to these cats a little bit. They make him sneeze. But he used to live here with them, and I just be praying, God, please help Tyann because he here, and these cats is here too. And the boy is up there sneezing some kind of way. So that's probably what I heard him up there doing, moving that bag. And he definitely sleep, because when I said his name, he was like, huh? And I called him again. He like, huh? I said, what you doing? He said, ah. I said, okay, he's asleep. He don't know what he's saying to me right now. Let's see. When he home, his mother be in her room, watching her TV up loud, or she be going to work. And he be in there with the TV on and the phone. And sometimes he be having two phones, one charging, the other don't have no service, but he is an iPhone, so he can still use it for the internet. And he playing with the Legos, charging up a phone. The internet is um not the internet, yeah, the internet on one phone, and he listening to shorts and the TV playing, something with the Asian people eating fast and all that kind of stuff. He like that kind of stuff. And these people eating these great eggs. Why you on my table? Why you up there? This little pooty. I just want to pop him. Why you on my table? Get yourself off your table. You don't get up there. What's wrong with you? You don't get up there. He been watching. He used to say, people eating fast. What? And they be slurping and ASMR videos and eating. I ain't never seen nobody eat that many boiled eggs in my life. I said, they gonna die eating that stuff like that. That ain't no joke. They not focused. And he be eating all that. People eating noodles fast. But he been watching Asian people since he was, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 years old. He used to be listening to all kinds of, like, it seemed like he took a liking to, like, different dialects and everything. So I'm like, well, why is he listening to this kind of video? This is not the right language. And if you would change it, he would find it again on some other video. And I said, well, who knows? Maybe God wired him so he can, learn a second or third language. Who in the world knows? Because he been watching this stuff since he like 2 years old. Asians and people say Asians eating noodles fast. I said, oh, okay. So that's the kind of thing he be doing. And he be in that house. And then here, it's just quiet. So he probably said, I can go to sleep. Told me when he first came in here that they bought the groceries and he said, I miss living here. I said, no, you don't. He said, yes, I do. I said, oh, okay. I just walked away from him when I was in the kitchen and he was upstairs changing. I said, well, maybe he do miss living here. How do you know? He don't have to tell you he miss it. But I got rules in my house. His mother got some rules. She young though, young people doing what they want to do in their own house. She go to bed. She told him, you better take your shower and go to bed. And then he ain't took that shower before she go to sleep. She said, I'm not playing. Get up and get in the shower. And then she said, if I wake up and you ain't been in the shower, you're going to be in trouble. Because I'm taking that phone. So he'll get up and go take a shower. And then she'll go to bed. Because she got to go to work. And he be up to 3 o'clock in the morning. And she be asleep. And now she working at night. So it's like, oh, okay. How long you going to do that? So, child, you can only run your own house. You can't run nobody else's house. So I'll be standing over here minding my business and saying my prayers, okay? Well, I don't know if I'm going to use this pig. I wanted to use it, but I don't even know how it's going to work out. Pig, you want to go right here? I don't know. I ain't going to use the pig, I don't think. Maybe. The cat now is in the window, going up underneath the balloon and things. Pootie, what are you doing? You not focused? I'm going to put this on here. Get this. I told you, you better go here, little cat. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. We need this. I don't know where I'm gonna put this at. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. Right there. I don't know. Right here. I think it's gonna be right here. Yeah, that should be right there. Maybe that's good. I like it. I like that. I need something else over here. Maybe we should put this over here. Yeah, I like that too. I don't know why this to me, it has nothing to do with Fat Albert, but it kind of reminds me of all of Fat Albert and the gang on Bill Cosby t-shirt. That's kind of what that looks like to me in some kind of way. Strangely enough, it's kind of what that kind of, I don't know how I can put that together like that, but I think that's what it reminds me of. All of the gang on that t-shirt. All right, put this here. Yeah, I think that's cool. Right there, like that. Where's that word I had that said alive? Where did I put that? I see one that say good, but where's the one that said alive? Right here. I think I'm going to use this too. I think we're going to use this. Tear it a little bit. I wasn't sure if I was going to use this. But since it was on the back of that gray paper, I said, oh, let's use that. It's a word. All right, now. All right, let's see where we can put this one. Right here. All right. Y'all, this video is long. Let's give it be 2 hours. Let me see what the comments are saying. Do I have something I need to read? Oh, I didn't mean to knock that over. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna use this here. All right. Maybe we'll finish this page. Maybe we gotta finish it later. I don't know. We gotta find some more stuff. I done talked 50 minutes or better before I even started the video. Cleaned the table and all of that. So maybe we had to make this a part 2 and finish this. I know somebody will hang out with me, but we can't make the video 3 hours, and it's almost 2 hours. No, I want that right there. What's good? We don't know what's good. This would be good, right? But do we want to use this on this page? Let's put it right here. We don't know. All right. We got tools and math, and this got more than tools in it though. It's got a calculator with the tape roll in it, and it's got a hole puncher, and it's got all kinds of markers over here, pencils, a craft knife that look like some sticky notepad. What else? This is a roll of money. This is cash money right there rolled up. Those paper clips, there's like the letter X like this. It look like this, a paper clip. Yeah, or paper binder, whatever you want to call it. There's a few things in there. I don't know what this is. I can't really tell. It look like a stapler. That's what it is. It's a stapler. I see it open right here. All that on this kind of tool belt. Okay. All right. That's all right like that. Then maybe we can use good right here. Because both of them are good. Right? All right. Now, we'll have no more images except our pig. And let me see what I had. Two things over here I ain't never used. I had this purple thing that I was going to use one time, and I had this that I never used. I don't think either one of them go with it. But I'm gonna stop y'all because I gotta stop because it's too long. It's gonna be 2 hours, and it'll be 2 hours, but we just gonna pick back up tomorrow, okay? And finish this page because it's too long. Other video is gonna be 2 hours, and my last video was 2 hours, so it's a lot for them to watch and consume in this already. And I thank y'all for hanging out with me and everything. So we got this, and we on pause. We're gonna come back, and this is what we'll do because the Christmas junk journal is put away for right now, and we're gonna come back to that at some point. It could be, mixed in what we're doing from here to there, or from time to time, or something like that, and we'll see, how it evolves, or we'll just pick it back up when it's Christmas season. And so that's what we're going to do right now. We're just going to stop and pause and come back to this video later because I don't want it to be 2 hours. It's already 1:48. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for, just being here because it's for you that I'm making the videos, and it's for me too because I like to do it. But because you're here, I keep coming back. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, at least briefly, to finish this page, and then I don't know when I'm gonna be back because after that I will be seriously focusing on the book that I need to focus on over there and make sure that I got my stuff in order in case I get an invite for early next week, because I did share that I'm clear and free in my schedule up until the 13th and 14th. I have professional development days, and so then after that it'll be the 15th, and then I'll be in school every day until June. So hopefully I can meet with them before the 13th, but I definitely got to get my stuff, out and put it in a clear something, and a large Ziploc is how I usually travel with it, and then secure it in a way that I can take it with me and lay it out in a way that don't have me trying to fumble because I'm so nervous, and all of that. It's a whole process. So I will see you guys at some point tomorrow, maybe before the pool or after the pool, and I'll be back and we'll finish this 2-page glue page. All right. So thanks for hanging out, and let me see what's in here. Let me see what's in here. Let me read my messages. Robin says, so cool and it's nice to visit people and thanks for hanging out. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Robin, for always jumping in the chat. I appreciate all of y'all for being here and hanging out with me all the time like this. It's just such a blessing to be with my friends online and everything. And I will see y'all at some point tomorrow, if only briefly. All right. So y'all have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, all that kind of stuff. And I will see y'all later. Peace.